Everyone. So welcome to the channel, and today we'll be starting with our day 3 on the AWS EC2 side, and here we will be discussing about how you can start your DevOps career, and you can start learning your AWS cloud. And the first service in the AWS we will be covering on the EC2 instances, correct? So, as you can see, the in corporate data centers, applications are deployed to the physical servers, correct? So, as you know that we have already talked about the on-prem data center, like the company had to purchase their the CPU, the memory, the other compute engines, correct? So they had to purchase and procure all those infrastructure which were required. So earlier the applications were deployed to the physical servers, but when the AWS cloud come into the picture or any of the cloud come into the picture, uh, we go with the virtual servers, correct? So here we are talking about the AWS. So in the AWS the virtual servers are called as EC2 instances, elastic compute cloud, correct? So that's our EC2 instance, which is virtual server where you deploy your applications in the cloud. Then with your virtual server EC2 instances, you can attach a storage on the network storage to your EC2 instances, manage network connectivity for an EC2 instance. That simple means that for this particular EC2 instance, the virtual server, correct, you can manage that which kind of traffic can come to the server and which kind of traffic can go outside the server. Just suppose that you have to install some of the software on your EC2 instance, on your server, correct? You have to install Jenkins, you have to install Python, you have to install Git, correct? Any kind of software you have to install on your server. So for that, you will have to define some rules that how your server will interact to the internet and how it will download the softwares from the internet to your virtual server, correct? So this kind of facility, this kind of feature can be configured with the help of security groups in the EC2 instances. So it will manage the network, and in the while you progress into the security groups, like you do the more configuration, you can also control the which kind of traffic can come to your server, correct? Like you want to deploy your database in the server which cannot be accessed directly by the internet, correct? So you want that kind of server. So for that you can create your private EC2 instances. When we say the private, you can deploy it without internet, correct? So that complexity we will learn later on, but here just understand that this server will not have any access the from the internet side, correct? So that means internet cannot access to your virtual server, while the virtual server, the EC2 instance, can access the internet. So that kind of facility and the configuration you can create in your EC2 instances, correct? So that's the your fourth point. It manage network connectivity for an EC2 instance, correct? Then your fifth point is load balancing and auto scaling for multiple EC2 instances. So just suppose that you have 10 EC2 instances, correct? And on these 10 EC2 instances, your 10 microservices are running. Just suppose that your 10 microservices are running over there. So how will you distribute all these microservices traffic to these 10 servers, correct? For that, there is an option of doing the load balancing. You can create a load balancer. You can attach that load balancer to these target groups. The EC2 instances groups will be called as target groups. So based on their paths, like based on the microservice A, microservice B, microservice C, you can route all this traffic to the different servers, and they can serve the your business need, correct? Even you can do the auto scaling as well. Like when we were talking about the on-prem, we talked much about that when we were dealing with the on-prem, we had the complexity of like future prediction, correct? You had to always predict that how much traffic will be there, according to that how much infra you will have to procure in advance, correct? So that kind of issue got resolved here, and you started on using the auto scaling, which can increase the number of servers based on the increasing number of requests, based on the increase on the CPU utilization. So that feature you can adopt here. Then the same payment model was there, pay for what you use. So the moment you use your EC2 servers, you will be paying for that. The moment you terminate this EC2 server, you will not be paying for that. And there are some EC2 instance classes, the types: general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, accelerated storage, correct? So these are the details about that, the type and the description, the method. So you can read more detail in this, like but let's go with the T family. So in the general purpose, we do have this T2 micro, T3 medium, and all those EC2 instances, correct? So you can see on this. And in this particular video, we are just making it a short to start with that. And the more details about this EC2 instances, we'll be talking later on. So stay tuned for the next coming videos on the AWS tutorial. So till the time, thank you. Bye bye.